An angel visited him while he was in the coma, and I'll never forget the day he opened his eyes, and I had been anticipating, oh honey, I love you, and I missed you so much, but he opened his eyes and he just looked straight at me and said, I know why I survived the accident. It was not a mistake, and I know what I'm supposed to do.
I had the opportunity, I've been blessed with something I could do in my life that would help other people. We want to go the full circle. Whatever the amputee needs, we're there for them. We want to fit amputees not just with a prosthetic, we want to fit them with something that would be similar or equal to the level of activity that they were doing before.
You're in control, is there anything you want to know?
And that's when Miracle Limbs, Courage and Motion was born.
The future's for discovering the space in which we travel in.
It's pretty humbling when you go in to talk to somebody, an amputee, and when they won't even look at you, they're embarrassed, they're humble, they're lost. And to follow them through to where they're walking or using their arms, and they're smiling and they're laughing and they have confidence. That's remarkable.
I mean, if it happened to me, I'd sure be glad there was a Bob around, you know, to help me pick up the pieces.
When that pump kicked on, I got zapped. I looked down and my foot, from about 5 inches up from my heel, my Achilles was completely clammed open. Blowing out, it blew out my Achilles, the artery. I mean, I'm watching blood shoot 4 feet in the air with every heartbeat. And I knew I had to make it to the fire station, or I wasn't gonna make it. I could feel life coming out of my body.
We address the whole circle that an amputee and the family goes through.
I think the organization is a miracle not only in the limbs they provide for people, but it's a miracle in the sense of having such few resources and doing such enormous things for other people.
On the road, but you've got no destination. You're in the mud, in the maze of her imagination. Your love is down.
Through Diana and Bob's personal connection with men and women who have been, by and large, forgotten. There's not a well-worn path.
We turned around to go back, and I took a couple steps, and that's when I stepped on the ID that I did. Realizing that I had lost both my legs, it was really tough at first. I was heavily medicated, so I was trying to sleep as much as I could, because when I was awake, you know, I would just lay there and think about it, and it wasn't a pleasant time. I didn't have too many pleasant thoughts.
There's a lot of psychological issues, but Bob can come in, tell them where he's been, get their attention, and from what I understand, just about, if not every single time they've called him in, there has been marked improvement in the folks.
This is how a nonprofit should behave. Leveraging every dime, getting folks to volunteer. There was a whole committee of people to put on this bike ride, and I thought, oh right, sure. After we got through the strategic planning process, then they were going to put on this enormous bike ride. Bob was saying, oh yeah, we could do it. We could go up and down the whole coast to Florida. And I said, Bob, let's think about this. Baby steps. Well, their idea of a baby step was to do a very significant bike ride in Collier County that is now in its 3rd year, I think, 3rd or 4th year.
He's never lost his passion for Miracle Limbs and what we're trying to do with the organization.
I see the organization as becoming a viable organization in the community. It's absolutely essential to care.
I've come to find out insurance pays very little of things. In fact, maybe the initial fittings and prostheses, and that's about it.
They have all the pieces together. They need the capital now. It's like a business.
Next step of growth is funding. We need to broaden our abilities in several areas.
Let's provide financial help for folks in this situation.
No organization can really function without financial support. So that is an overwhelming need.
Any amount helps.
My vision, my dream is we will provide the prosthetics to whoever comes to our doors, provide counseling, spiritual counseling, retraining for a new career if they can't go back to their old career, perhaps send them to school.
I'm going to be there for you. And that's a very simple thing, but that's what Bob based his whole organization on. I'm going to be there for you.
It is a phenomenal organization. To my knowledge, there's one other organization in the country. We're here to help folks, who have become amputees.
If you don't have an arm or a leg, and you obtain one, it changes your whole life.
What Bob has done is put together out of his own personal passion a commitment to make sure that nobody who is an amputee needs go unanswered.
Corey wanted me to let everybody know that he really appreciates this. You guys will never know how much it means to the family. It makes it, it makes it available for his mom to be able to stay up there with him.
When you overcome adversity, you're not afraid to take a chance.